What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is Jenna here. I am a fitness instructor, high rock Spartan competitor, and Muay Thai amateur fighter. We're going through another video of mobility because I got a lot of love from you guys from the last one, and I got some requests as well. So we're going to do some progressions and regressions of some movements that we did last time, and we're going to work through some new movements as well. Let's jump right into it. All right, so we're gonna start off either on a mat or a knee pad. I have a knee pad right here. And we'll have one leg extended and the other knee down. So we wanna make sure that we are trying to keep the toes down on the leg that's extended. So if your toes are flaring out to the side, then see if you can plant your pinky toe down towards the floor. And we're just gonna go forward, back, and think about a half child's pose. We're gonna go forward, bringing the shoulders on top of the wrist, and then we're gonna rock back. Rocking forward, and rocking back, just so we can feel that stretch across the inner thighs. It's a really nice hip opener. And if this feels like it's too much and you have to lift up your pinky toe, that's okay. You can work your way up. And once you've done about 8 to 10 reps here, taking your time with it, you can transition back into tabletop position and go over to the other side. Again, try to roll your pinky toe down towards the floor and rock forward and back. And you can also do that stretch with a foot straight forward, but this time it's less of an inner thigh and hip stretch, more of an ankle stretch. So we're working our Achilles mobility, and we're going forward, trying to get the knee past the toes, and now weighting that position. And you're just gonna hold it here again, anywhere between 15 and 30 seconds. 30 seconds ideally, but if it's your first time doing it, making sure that you are slowly adding on time rather than just jumping into that 30 seconds. We did this exercise in our last video. We did not load it. So this is a progression from what we did last time. Again, we're not arching into the low back. Try to keep the ribs in and the knee tracking over the toes. And of course, doing both sides. Start off at 90, lunge, hold it here. The added weight is a really nice way to kind of force your knee to stay where it is without obviously any pain. Whenever we feel pain, electric shooting pain, we want to be able to pull back, but a nice pull, a stretch, you should be a bit uncomfortable here. Let's make our way down towards the floor. And I'm gonna have my kettlebell in front of me here so you guys can see. You can make your way all the way down towards the floor, okay? We can put that knee pad away. We're gonna have our legs extended in front of us. Think about having your legs in a V position. I wanna make sure that first I start off with a nice long spine. So if you feel like you're rounding here, just because say we're a little bit tighter, our shoulders are a bit more rounded, then for sure elevate your hips so that can help you sit more upright. Second, you're gonna have your hands behind your hips. So once I've got my nice long spine, I want you to really engage into your quad, point your toes up towards the ceiling, and we're going to see if we can get the heel over the kettlebell to the other side. So chest nice and open, straight leg, bring that leg over that kettlebell and back. A lot of time what happens, to help us come up, we try to bring the leg up, either not engaged at all or we lean back. And this is a lot easier, as you can see. All right, so see if you can stay upright. Try not to rock back as you lift up your leg, and keep your weight forward, tapping the floor down lightly over one side and over the other. You can go for anywhere between 6 to 10 taps. And then you're going to switch it over to the other side. So engage your quad, point your toes back towards your shin. That leg needs to stay nice and strong, and you're bringing that leg over and back. Eventually, if you feel fairly good in this, and you don't want your hands behind you, then for sure you can progress it by having no hands on the floor and trying to get that heel over that kettlebell. Now, I will warn you, if this is your first time doing this, you're gonna get a cramp in your quad. Maybe it's not even your first time, maybe it's your 5th and 6th time. The quads will cramp up, and it's part of the game. Just hold on to them, give them a nice quick shake, and you should be good to go. Once you've done your 6 to 10 taps, you can release, give them a shake, let's add in, okay? We're gonna have our hands back to our hips or behind our hips. We're gonna see if we can keep the foot off the floor. A little tilt back is okay, but not so far back. Again, I want you to make sure that you're keeping the core braced and the chest open. And from here, I'll face you this time. From here, we're gonna see if we can internally rotate the hip and externally rotate the hip. Inter-rotation to external rotation. So almost like a windshield wiper with just the toes, with just the foot. And that's working on helping our hip mobility go from internal rotation to external rotation. So that mobility of the hip is what we're working on here. And of course, doing both sides, external rotation to inter-rotation. My right side has a bit more range than my left side, and that is okay, as long as we're aware of it and we're working on those deviations. We're not just accepting like, yeah, I just have a tight left side. We wanna make sure, we wanna try to get it as equal as possible between sides, okay? I'll do that side again since I'm weaker on that side. Less dominant, we should say, less dominant. Okay, so those are your windshield wipers. We have those lifts. You can also see if you can hover your foot off the floor the whole time. So instead of tapping the floor each time you go over and back, we're gonna see if we can keep the leg hovering the whole time. And maybe you hover, you go over and back 8 to 10 times. Okay, and of course doing both sides. You can even hover and windshield wiper at the same time. These are just all little different variations that you can do as you feel good doing these exercises again, as you do this video more and more. Okay, let's give the hips a bit of a break. And let's work on our upper body a bit. We were in tabletop position in the first video. I want to work on our scapulas. So what we're trying to do, and I'll face away from you for a second, what we're trying to do is keep the arms straight, and I want to pull my shoulder blades together and then push my shoulder blades away from each other. So we're going into retraction and protraction of the shoulder blades, and this is called scapular push-ups. The arms though stay straight. That's why I don't really love that name, because we think push-ups and we bend into the elbows, but it is what it is. So we're gonna keep the elbows straight despite the push-up name. And we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together and then push the shoulder blades away from each other. Retract and then protract. Think about winging the shoulder blades and then pulling them away from each other. Arching the back and then hollowing out the back. A few rounds here. If that feels good, you can go into kneeling position and do that. So kneeling plank on the knees, or you can even go full plank and do that position. This is the hardest variation because we really want to bend the elbows here to get into that retraction, and you need to fight to not bend your elbows. You need to slowly make it your shoulder blades going together and away from each other. Okay, so we're really isolating the shoulder blades. So this next one, we're going to be beside the bench, and we're working on internal and external rotation of the shoulders. Okay, so we are going to rest our elbow to the bench, keep a nice neutral spine, so try not to flare out your ribs. And we're gonna go to external rotation, letting that dumbbell gently take your arm back. Again, we wanna work with a weight that's a bit lighter, so you can try anywhere from 2.5, 3, 5 pounds, and then eventually if you wanna work your way up to 7.5 or 10, great. We're just holding it here, letting our breath get us deeper into the stretch. So maybe on the exhale, seeing if you could relax a little bit more. And this is external rotation in the rotator cuff. We're also gonna work internal rotation all the way down towards the floor, okay? Transitioning between both of these movements, holding each movement between 15 and 30 seconds. A lot of us have done pigeon pose before, but this variation of pigeon pose is probably one of my favorite because it's very accessible, it's very supported, but you can also make it pretty intense. So you're gonna have the bench on a 45-degree angle, and you're gonna have your shin on across that bench, and you're going to step your right foot back. You can inch your right foot as far back as you want, and then you can, if you want to be more active, you can straighten that back leg, or you can make it more passive, bending into that back knee and getting your chest closer towards the bench. Now, if this is you feel very tight here, it's just too much for us right now, inch your foot closer in towards that bench. And now that you're higher, you don't feel that stretch across your hip as much. Okay, so the lower you are, the more intensely you'll feel this. Especially if pigeon tends to be a bit too much on the floor. And of course, you're gonna do both sides. You're gonna turn around and do the opposite side. Shin's gonna go across, knee up, foot down, either bending into that back knee or keeping it a bit more active by straining that back leg, up to you. Getting the shoulders nice and close to the shins. Try to hinge over the shin rather than just the knee. We wanna try to keep a nice straight spine rather than go on an angle. Now you can stay in this pigeon pose on an angle, on a 45-degree angle with that bench, or you can also do this with the knee all the way down to the floor and hinging down. You can make it a bit more active and tip forward and back. This is something that I like to do before my workouts, making them moving stretches, so really working on mobility. And then after my workouts, I hold that position. So more static stretches. And of course, do both sides. So we're gonna end off this video with a movement that's a bit more challenging, even for me. But it's something that I want to throw out there to spice up this routine, okay? And spice up this video. So we're gonna start off with our toes tucked under. Okay, and you can use your hands or you can use a weight, but we'll start off with just hands. We're gonna see if we can lift up both knees at the same time, okay? Going all the way down to what feels good for you. And then we're going to slowly tip back forward and tap the knees down. So this works on your ankle mobility, going all the way back into a squat, and then all the way forward. This is great as well for our toes mobility, because a lot of us are what we say stuck in foot coffins, and we don't let our toes play out. So the mobility in our toes is especially limited. For me, I have bunions, so my toe mobility needs a lot of work as well. Now, if this is very challenging, you can do one knee at a time, bringing one knee at a time back up, and then switching, you're alternating your leading side, and eventually making your way down and up. My ankles are on fire. So these are some mobility drills for your shoulders, hips, and ankles. If you enjoyed this video, let me know below. And if you want more videos like this, let me know below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.